pounds. So today, friends, we are continue the same topic, that is called as spectroscopy. Introduction to the spectroscopy. And you know that spectroscopic tool is very important tool as far as organic molecule is concerned. See, here we have seen what is the point involved in it yesterday's lecture. Then we covered the meaning of spectroscopy, what is the meaning of spectroscopy, and also we have seen the electromagnetic radiation. See once again what is that electromagnetic radiation. When electromagnetic radiation and matter comes together, interact together, what kind of things are observed. It may take place absorption, it may have a scattering, it may have transmission, it may have emission and reflection. So this terminology already we have seen that, and what information we are getting from the when matter interact with the electromagnetic radiation. As already we have mentioned that molecular formula one can determine, atomic connectivity one can determine, size of the molecule one can determine, shape, bond angle, bond length and stereochemistry. So this kind of information we are getting very well from that spectroscopy. And device used for the determination of spectroscopy is nothing but it is the spectrophotometer, or one can say it is spectral analysis. And already we have mentioned that it is not useful only in the chemistry, but also you can use it in medicine, ecology, astrology, and everywhere. Means wherever that sciences exist, you will find that spectroscopic study is always there. And if you look at the size of the molecule, it is 10 raised to minus 7 to 10 raised to minus 8. It means that it is very small. Even when you are trying to search out the molecule structure under the microscope, that we cannot see that structure of the molecule under the microscope. It is very fine. One cannot see by our open eye. Another information is that, so for the determination of organic compound, that one can use physical method, or one can have chemical method. So what things are available for that, that we are going to see in the next. Now the things which are observed by our open eye, it is only in the visible region. Whatever things we observe, it is only the visible region or visible spectrum. As already you know that, what do you mean by that? Visible region or electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation, it is nothing but it is the bundle of rays. So here we have the gamma rays, X rays, ultraviolet rays, infrared, microwave rays and radio waves. Out of all these rays, only visible region or visible spectrum is observed, which is called as ultraviolet region or UV region. So that things is very important as far as our topic is concerned. Now see here, nature of electromagnetic radiations. In that, what things are observed? As already I have mentioned that the whatever we are having the light have only two nature, which is called as dual nature. One is particle nature, another is wave nature. You know that wave, we know that wave, how wave is formed, and you know that what is the particle. Yesterday's lecture we have seen that what do you mean by wave and what do you mean by particles. So in this case, it means that in the spectroscopy we are going to deal only the wave. We are considering the wave. When we are having the wave, then different terminology are coming exist. What kind of different terminologies are there? It means that it may have the wavelength, it may have the frequency, it may have the energy, it may have the amplitude, it may have the wave number and their relationship. So this kind of things we have to see in detail in the next slide, because when you are going to face the examination, in that case you will have the 1 mark question: what do you mean by wavelength, what do you mean by frequency, energy, amplitude, wave number. Any kind of terminology will be asked in the examination. So be prepared for this terminology and try to understand this terminology. So even though we have seen that, look at this, what is the how that dual nature of the light is coming exist. In the first picture we have is here, look at this, it is looking like a wave, and in the second structure we are having the particles. In the third structure also we are looking here waves, and in the last picture we are having the particle as well as wave nature. So both things are seen very well and considered very well when light is considered. and light is very important as far as spectroscopy is considered. Now look at this. As we are looking the electromagnetic radiation, in case of electromagnetic radiation various terminologies are involved. First terminology, which is called as wavelength. Now whatever we are having the central line, this is called as direction of propagation. So this central line is called as direction of propagation, and whatever wave is produced, first it is started from here and it is reaches up to this level, and then it is again coming down, and it goes down and come to this position crossing this central line. Then after it is come upward and upward direction, and again it is reaches to the maximum position. Now whatever we are having the upper portion, which is what we call as crest, and downward portion which is called as trough. So crust is there and trough is there. So crust and trough both are very important. Now when we look at the wavelength is nothing but the distance between two successive trough or two successive crust. Means successive means one by one, it is close to each other. So this is the first crest and this is the second crest. The distance between these two is called as wavelength, even though the distance between these two two trough, this one and this one, this is also called as wavelength. Even though when line of propagation we have look at this here, this is starting the trough, and then again it is coming to the crust, and then again coming to the line of propagation. So the distance between this is also called as wavelength. So wavelength is nothing but the distance between two successive trough or the distance between two successive crust. So that is nothing but the wavelength, and it is indicated with the help of lambda. If you look at this definition, it is the similar one. Now as far as visible spectroscopy is considered, wavelength is indicated in the form of lambda. Lambda is the sign, and that we have seen in the with the help of red mark. And in UV and visible spectroscopy, we are considering this wavelength in the form of angstrom unit. So this is the angstrom unit, and 1 angstrom is nothing but 10 raised to minus 8 meter. It is the unit, or 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So 1 angstrom and 10 raised to minus meter. This is very important. So in case of IR spectroscopy, it is written is micron 10 raised to minus 6 micron. 10 raised to minus 6 meter. That units are used. Again, once again, look at this. So the distance between these two means this is the crust and this is the another crust. Distance between these two is called as wavelength. Even though distance between these two trough is called as also wavelength, or even though the distance between the propagation of the direction of propagation between this you can have. So this distance is also called as wavelength. So you do not forget what you mean by wavelength. Even though if you look at in the next picture, you can look at this, whatever region that we have darken here means color here, that also the region of the wavelength. It means that it is started from here and ends up to this here. So distance between this line, it is called as wavelength. So remember student, wavelength terminology is important as far as this spectroscopy is considered. Wavelength is the distance from one crust to the another crust. Already we have seen that definition as well. And if you look at the wavelength measurement, it is measured in the form of meter, it may be measured in the form of centimeter, it may be measured in the form of millimeters, it may be measured in the form of nanometers. So these are the different units that we can measure the wavelength. And why that different type of units are coming exist? Because when we are considering the different kind of radiation, that radiation have a different rays. It means suppose if you have IR spectroscopy, IR having the IR radiation. If you look at the UV spectroscopy, it having the visible radiation, ultraviolet radiation. Or when you are considering the NMR spectroscopy, in that case we are using the radio waves. Means all kind of waves having a different wavelength or different wavelength size, means it may be considered in meter, nanometer or centimeter. So it means that suppose if you take the wavelength of the particular spectroscopy, that having the particular size. Now when we got as a frequency, now see here frequency and wavelengths, frequency and wavelengths, they are closely related with each other. What do you mean by frequency? The number of complete cycles or wavelength passing through the point per second, or its unit is considered as a its unit is cycle per second, shortly written as a CPS, cycle per second, or it is also called as hertz. Most commonly used terminology of frequency, it is nothing but megahertz. MHz, remember this megahertz. When we start our radio, that kind of things, definitely the announcer tells that 10 megahertz frequency, then 15 megahertz frequency. So what frequency is matching that particular size is very important, very important. Then if you look at this, 1 megahertz means how much? 1 megahertz is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 cycle per second, and this 10 raised to minus 6 cycle per second is nothing but 10 raised to minus 10 raised to 6 hertz. So 10 raised to 6 hertz and 10 raised to 6 CPS, both meanings are same. Even the 1 megahertz also the same. Means all these three comes together having the same meaning, it having the no difference meaning. Now see here, what do you mean by this frequency, and what actually that frequency is there. Now whatever we are having this kind of portion, it is called as frequency. Means at 1 second how much waves are created, how many number of waves are created, that is nothing but your frequency. And that frequency and rays, if you consider different kind of rays, you will have the different number of frequencies also there. Now if you look at this one, see here, in case of this diagram, second diagram, you will find that here we have written high frequency, here in the second central part we have written medium frequency, and uppermost portion we have written there low frequency. So high frequency, medium frequency and low frequency. Now what meaning is there? Means what we have to understood. Look at this. This is the starting point we can have. This is the starting point. Arrow is looking showing over here, and this is the end point. So it is the end point of the low frequency. If you come down from low frequency to the high frequency, that point are same. Means it is started from here up to here, and it is end up to this. It means that whatever time needed to make this kind of waves are same. So in low frequency we have 1 and 2 crust. इथे क्रस्ट तयार झाला, इथे क्रस्ट तयार झाला. अंतर मात्र या वेव्हचं सारखंच आहे, याही वेव्हचं सारखंच आहे. इथं जर तुम्ही पाहिलं तर इथे एक क्रस्ट, दुसरा क्रस्ट आणि तिसरा क्रस्ट. मीडियम वेव्ह मध्ये 3 क्रस्ट तयार झाले, आणि हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी मध्ये 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 असे 7 क्रस्ट तयार झाले. म्हणजे आपलं जे डिस्टन्स होतं इथून इथपर्यंतचं डिस्टन्स, एवढं इथून इथपर्यंत डिस्टन्स यासाठी जेवढा वेळ लागला, समजा इथे एक 1 मिनिट लागला, तेवढाच मिनिट इथं लागलं, तेवढाच मिनिट इथं लागला. म्हणजे लो फ्रिक्वेन्सी, मीडियम फ्रिक्वेन्सी आणि हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सीला एवढा अंतर कापण्यासाठी सारखाच वेळ लागला. पण ज्यावेळेस आपण त्याचा फ्रिक्वेन्सी त्याची पाहत असतो, त्यावेळेस इथं तुम्हाला दिसतंय 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 क्रस्ट तयार झाले, इथं 3 क्रस्ट तयार झाले, आणि इथं तुम्हाला 2 क्रस्ट तयार झालेले दिसतात. म्हणजेच काय, जसजसं वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे रेडिएशन आपण वापरू, तस त्याच्या वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या किंवा नंबर ऑफ फ्रिक्वेन्सी जे आहेत, या नंबर ऑफ फ्रिक्वेन्सी जे आहे वेव्हची ते वाढते. सो रिमेंबर दिस थिंग्स व्हेरी वेल, बिकॉज इट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. Then when you come to the next point, next part, that is nothing but see here again, once we have the diagram here, wave crust and wavelength and crust through. Here also the same thing you can understood as well, because it is very interesting to know that. Then frequency is related to the velocity. Means velocity is very important, and this frequency is also related to the wavelength lambda. It means that frequency is related to the velocity and wavelength. See here, when we have the frequency, that time we have to consider velocity divided by wavelength. Means this is the standard equation. It means that velocity is inversely proportional to the frequency is inversely proportional to the wavelength. Now we will look at this. If it is noted by frequency is noted by mu, then velocity is noted by indicated by c, then wavelength is indicated by lambda. C means V is equal to C upon lambda is the equation. When we are having the next one, means C means velocity and velocity constant is always constant. And if I written velocity is constant, then the equation become a constant divided by lambda. It means that again constant. What do you mean by constant? This constant is always 1, or you can have it is always constant. It means that if I write this equation once again, then I can have the various different kind of explanation that we have. So V is directly proportional to the 1 upon lambda. So this equation is considered here, and you have to remember this because many times you will have the question on this problem. Then look at this, frequency and wavelengths are inversely proportional to the each other, and see here, frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional. That is, smaller the wavelength, greater is the frequency, and vice versa. Means if it is larger the wavelength, definitely frequency is smaller. This kind of relation that we have to keep in mind. It is very very important, students. So frequency is definitely directly proportional to the 1 upon lambda. It means that म्हणजेच फ्रिक्वेन्सी जर वाढली तर लॅम्डा जो असतो तो छोटा होतो किंवा त्याची वेव्हलेंथ असते ते छोटे असते. म्हणजेच जेवढी वेव्हलेंथ छोटी तेवढे त्याची फ्रिक्वेन्सी जास्त, जेवढी फ्रिक्वेन्सी कमी तेवढी त्याची वेव्हलेंथ जास्त. So this kind of things is inversely proportional to each other. So you have to keep in mind as well, so that you can understand the terminology as well. Now another terminology that we are going to move, which is called as wave number, which is called as written is mu bar. It is the number of cycles or wavelength per centimeter distance, and its unit is centimeter minus 1, and also called as Kaiser. So wave number, look at this wave number. It is the number of cycles or wavelength per centimeter distance. म्हणजे प्रत्येक सेंटीमीटर डिस्टन्स मध्ये किती वेव्हलेंथ तयार झाल्या याला म्हणायचं वेव्ह नंबर. नंबर ऑफ cycles or wavelength per centimeter distance, and its unit is centimeter raised to minus 1, and another unit that is called as Kaiser. So 1 Kaiser is equal to 1 centimeter inverse. So remember this, and when we look at this equation, mu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. It is the standard equation because number of wavelength created per centimeter, that is the things. Then look at this wavelength, and you can very well find out the wave number, what is the actually wave number. So you can see this very well, because when we are having this kind of picture, here we have written K means Kaiser. It means that 4 cycle over 2 centimeter. It means that, so look at this is the distance, and this distance is 4 centimeter, and how many cycles are generated, that cycles you can have. So 4 cycles are generated. Look at this, this is 1 crust, this is 2nd crust, this is the 3rd crust, and this is the 4th crust. And again if you look at this trap, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3rd, and this is 4th. It means that, so whatever we are having the distance 2 centimeter, within that 2 centimeter distance we have created 4 cycles of wave. And it means that if you look at this, K is equal to 1 upon lambda, it means that 1 upon 0.5 centimeter, that is equal to 2 cycles. Means 2 cycle in what way? When we are considering this, so you will have this complete cycle. So complete cycle and Kaiser both are correlated with each other, because wave number we have to remember very well. Then we move to the next one, which is called as amplitude. And what do you mean by amplitude? That things we have to consider very well. Amplitude means the maximum displacement of wave from the x-axis. Look at this. This is the central or line of propagation, and this is the central part. So whatever I have shown here with the help of arrow, this is showing that it is the starting point, and wave is trying to create it here, and it is reaches to the maximum position. So here at this position it is maximum, and then it is again come down. So whatever the waves are traveling from line, that central line, that distance is called as amplitude. So this is the distance of amplitude. Here we have shown that with the help of green line, and this shows that it is the amplitude. So maximum displacement of wave toward us, here is the crest and here is the trough. Anyway you can see that. So this is called as amplitude. So remember here, amplitude means the maximum displacement of your wave from the main point or x-axis. So this is the central x-axis. You can understood the things as well, because it is very important as far as terminology of waves are concerned. Now look at the next one is velocity, because velocity is one of the important point as far as this wave is considered. Now what do you mean by velocity? It is the distance traveled by the wave in unit time. It is the distance traveled by the wave in unit times, commonly expressed in centimeter or meter per second. Means if you look at this unit of the velocity, you can have the centimeter or you can have meter per second, and it depends upon the medium through which the radiations are passes. Means this velocity is definitely depend upon the what kind of medium we are using. Means आपण जसं म्हणतो की आम्ही उघड्यावरती किंवा आपण ॲटमॉस्फिअर मध्ये चांगल्या पद्धतीने पळू शकतो, आणि तसंच जर आपण ज्याला पोहायला येतं त्यांनी जर पाण्यामध्ये त्या स्पीडने पोहायचा प्रयत्न केला तर आपल्याला त्या पद्धतीने जाता येत नाही, कारण की जे ॲटमॉस्फिअर आहे, वातावरण आहे, वातावरणामध्ये आपल्याला अडथळा कमी असतो, एअरच असते. पण ज्यावेळेस आपण पाण्यामध्ये पोहण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो किंवा पळण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो त्यावेळेस तिथं जे मीडियम असतं दॅट मीडियम इज वॉटर, आणि इकडे जे रनिंग करत असतो त्यामध्ये एअर असतं. म्हणजे सी द डिफरन्स बिटवीन द ॲटमॉस्फिअर. वन ॲट प्लेस वी हॅव द एअर and in another case we are having the water. So that kind of thing is there. Means when we have the different atmosphere, definitely that velocity may be increase or decrease. Now if you look at this vacuum, whatever vacuum, and that velocity is calculated, velocity is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and it is standard, and it is related to the frequency and wavelength. Both are related to the frequency and wavelength. It means that when velocity is considered, velocity is directly proportional to the velocity is equal to frequency and wavelength. Means if you look at this velocity, c is equal to phi lambda. So this is again very standard equation. Then when we move to the next slide, you can consider this one, what is the energy. Now every particles or every wave having the different energy, because when we are having that electromagnetic radiation, in that electromagnetic radiation it is nothing but it is the bundle of rays. When one can take one rays outside and apply it, so that rays having the energy, and how we can calculate that energy is very important. So electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves carries energy, and its associative electric and magnetic field. The radiation carries energy in the form of energy packet or particles called as quanta or photons. Now see, try to remember here what do you mean by energy packet or what do you mean by quanta or photon. It means that I will give you a very simple example. म्हणजे एक साधंच एक्झाम्पल देतो. समजा माझ्याकडे एक 10,000 रुपयाचा बंडल आहे. एक बंडल आहे म्हणजे सपोज इट इज द एनर्जी. आय एम हॅव्हिंग दॅट काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी. माझ्याकडे 10,000 रुपये आहे. मी 10,000 रुपयाचे 100च्या नोट आहेत, म्हणजे 100 नोटा त्यामधल्या झाला. मी एखाद्या विद्यार्थ्याला ज्या वेळेस एक 1000 रुपये काढून देतो त्यावेळेस त्या 1000 रुपयामध्ये मी 100च्या 10 नोटा काढतो, आणि त्या 10 नोटा मी एकत्रित एखाद्या विद्यार्थ्याला दिल्या की त्याच्या खिशामध्ये सुद्धा एक बंडल झाला. पण तो जो बंडल आहे तो फक्त 1,000 रुपयाचा आहे, आणि माझ्याकडे जो होता तो 10,000 रुपयाचा होता. माझ्याकडचा बंडल मोठा होता, माझ्याकडे एनर्जी जास्त होती. जसं मी म्हणतो की इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक रेडिएशन त्याच्यामध्ये एनर्जी जास्त आहे, पण ज्यावेळेस मी त्याच्यातून एक रेडिएशन बाजूला काढतो त्याला काहीतरी एनर्जी येते. जसे तुम्हाला एखाद्याला विद्यार्थ्याला मी 1000 रुपये दिलेले, 100चा 10 नोट आला, त्याच्यामध्ये एक खिशामध्ये पॅकेट तयार झालं, and that packet is nothing but quanta, and that you can say it is a photon. Photon is nothing but energy or energy packet. It is not a single electron, it is not a two electron, it is a group of electron that can create the energy. So that things we have to remember here. And each photon has a discrete amount of energy, and it is given by the Planck constant. You know that Planck constant is always constant. So energy is equal to Planck constant, h into the frequency, and when we have this E is equal to h mu, it is called as equation 1. And also already I have mentioned that this h is nothing but the Planck constant, and it is constant. So E is equal to constant into phi, and this constant, you know that constant is always 1. So E is directly proportional to the mu, then energy of the photon is directly proportional to the frequency of radiation, and that equation become E is equal to hc divided by lambda, and here mu is equal to c upon lambda, because here we have the c mu, and that mu is equal to c upon lambda. So this kind of explanation that we have to need it. E is equal to hc upon lambda, because therefore h into c, so whatever we are having, h into c means Planck constant into velocity, then it is always constant. When these two terminology become constant, then equation become constant divided by lambda. So this is constant, therefore this become a constant divided by lambda. Then you come to this constant is always equal to 1, so E is equal to 1 upon lambda, and this equation becomes energy is equal to h mu bar into velocity. What it indicate? Energy is definitely depend upon Planck constant, wave number, and velocity. So wave number is inversely proportional to the lambda. So this is very interesting and very important example. Now look at this. Photon energy depend upon, means whatever energy that you have, that in the form of photon, that is also calculated, and it depend upon wavelength or frequency or wave number only, and not intensity of the light of energy. And energy is calculated, or it is having the unit which is called as ergs or joule. What do you mean by ergs and joule? What is the difference between these two, or what is the correlation? 10 raised to 7 ergs is equal to 1 joule. So this is the very important, you have to keep in mind how we have to remember all this terminology. Then monochromatic radiation means how many different type of rays are there, and one is called as monochromatic light. Whatever we are having the bulb in the house, आपल्या घरामध्ये जो बल्ब असतो, त्या बल्बची लाईट जर आपण पाहिली तर सगळ्या घरामध्ये पसरत असते, पण त्याच बल्बला आपण एखादा जे पॅकेट आणलेलं असतं किंवा बल्ब जो खोका असतं प्लॅस्टिकचं, ते जर लावलं तर फक्त प्रकाश खालच्या दिशेने पडत असतो. अगदी त्याच पद्धतीनं ज्यावेळेस आपण मोनोक्रोमॅटिक लाईट म्हणत असतो, व्हॉट इज द मोनोक्रोमॅटिक लाईट? रिमेंबर हियर, इट इज द रेडिएशन हॅव्हिंग द सेम वेव्ह ऑफ आयडेंटिकल वेवलेंथ, फ्रिक्वेन्सी, एम्प्लिट्यूड विच कॅरीज द फोटॉन ऑफ द सेम क्वांटम एनर्जी. म्हणजे मोनोक्रोमॅटिक लाईट जर तुम्ही कन्सिडर केली, त्याची वेवलेंथ असते, जी फ्रिक्वेन्सी असते, एम्प्लिट्यूड असते, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये असलेली एनर्जी असते, हे सर्व सारखं पाहिजे. याच्यामध्ये जर बदलत असेल तर आपण त्याला मोनोक्रोमॅटिक लाईट म्हणायचं नाही. इट मीन्स दॅट इट इज हॅव्हिंग द आयडेंटिकल वेवलेंथ, आयडेंटिकल फ्रिक्वेन्सी, एम्प्लिट्यूड, अँड विच ऑल्सो कॅरीज द व्हेरी कॉन्स्टंट energy. Then different region of the electromagnetic radiation. Already I have talked so many things about this electromagnetic radiation. What are the different region? That electromagnetic radiation that include the entire wave system from the very short to the very long wavelength. It's called as spectrum. Now what do you mean by spectrum? You know that it is the bundle of radiation, and that bundle of radiation is indicated and it is represented as a spectrum. Only small region of the spectrum is visible to the human eye and called as visible light, or simply light, and rest of this radiation invisible, called as electromagnetic radiation. It means that आपल्या डोळ्याने जे दिसतं आपण जे सगळं पाहू शकतो त्या सर्व गोष्टी ज्या असतात त्या आपल्याला UV रिजन मध्ये दिसतात आणि ज्या गोष्टी दिसतात त्या गोष्टी सोडून जे आपल्याला दिसत नाही ते सगळेचे सगळे इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक रेडिएशन असतात किंवा इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक रेडिएशन आपण त्यांना म्हणायचं. सो दिस इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग अँड व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग्स. नाव यू कॅन लुक ॲट दिस डिफरंट रिजन. हिअर यू कॅन व्हेरी इझिली लुक ॲट दिस डिफरंट रिजन. मला वाटतं इथं टाइम आपलं 4च मिनिटाचं राहिलेलं आहे. तुमच्यासाठी एक होमवर्क आहे. जेवढ्या आपण डेफिनेशन पाहतोय जेवढा आपण अभ्यास करतोय ते सगळं नोट डाऊन करायचे किंवा नोटबुक मध्ये लिहायचंय. अन्यथा ते जर लिहिलं नाही तर तुमचा होमवर्क पूर्ण होणार नाही. इथं डिफरंट काइंड ऑफ रिजन्स आर देअर. लुक ॲट दिस. हिअर इज अ गॅमा रेज, हिअर इज अ एक्स रेज, UV रेज, इन्फ्रारेड, मायक्रोवेव्स, रेडिओ वेव्स, टीव्ही वेव्स, देन लॉंग रेडिओ वेव्स. म्हणजे इथला जो सेंट्रल पार्ट दिसतोय ज्यामध्ये आपण व्हिजिबल लाईट म्हणतो, या व्हिजिबल लाईट मध्ये हा रिजन पूर्ण येतो. आणि तुम्ही जर इथं पाहिलं इथं तुम्हाला दिसतंय वरच्या बाजूला इथं गॅमा रेज मध्ये जे वेवलेंथ आहे वेवलेंथ शॉर्ट आहे, कमी वेवलेंथ आहे, डिस्टन्स कमी. पण त्याच बाजूला तुम्ही जर इकडे पाहिलं तर तुमच्या लक्षात इथे येतंय की वेवलेंथ जे आहे ती वेवलेंथ लॉंगर आहे. म्हणजे व्हॉट इज द लॉंगर वेवलेंथ? लुक ॲट दिस. लॉंगर वेवलेंथ लोअर फ्रिक्वेन्सी अँड लोअर एनर्जी. म्हणजे जेवढी वेवलेंथ लॉंग असेल तेवढं त्याची फ्रिक्वेन्सी कमी असेल आणि लो एनर्जी असेल. सायमल्टेनियसली त्याच्या अपोजिट साइडला पाहिलं इट इज द शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ, हायर फ्रिक्वेन्सी अँड हाय एनर्जी. So this kind of relationship you have to keep in mind very well because it is very important to understood by the students. Then when we move to the next slide, so this is the spectrum. You can see there the electromagnetic spectrum showing the wavelength limit correspond to the each type of electromagnetic waves. The colored area shows visible. It means that whatever we are having this ultraviolet region, this is only the visible region. म्हणजे आपल्याला जे इंद्रधनुष्य सगळा दिसत असतो इट इज ओनली इन द व्हिजिबल रिजन, इट इज नॉट एनीवेअर एल्स. सो दिस इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. नाउ इफ लुक ॲट दिस वेव फ्रिक्वेन्सी, देन वेवलेंथ अँड इट्स युजेस. फॉर एक्झाम्पल रेडिओ वेव्स, मायक्रोवेव्ह वेव्स, इन्फ्रारेड, व्हिजिबल लाईट, अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट लाईट अँड एक्स रेज अँड गॅमा रेज. म्हणजेच 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 type of waves we have to consider as far as this is considered. And if you look at this wavelength, here's miles in wavelength, few centimeter, this kind of things we have written very well. Then where it is actually useful, NMR spectroscopy, rotational spectroscopy, vibrational spectroscopy, colorimetric, UV spectroscopy, X-ray spectroscopy and so on. An example used in TV, radios, cell phone, radar, landline, then landline phone, computer data, cooking oven, remote control, then source is sun, detected from every star in the sky, then analysis of crystal and nuclear explosion. So everything that we have seen in detail. Look at this as the interaction of radiation with matter, just like absorption, then fluorescence and scattering. So this part already we have seen in the very first slide. Again it is repeated because it is very important to show that how that electromagnetic radiation interact with the matter and what kind of impact of that rays is occur. So this is the things that we have shown to you. And if you look at this correlation between this energy and electromagnetic radiation, you can have this delta is equal to 1 upon lambda. And see here, if you look at this, E means energy, for lowest energy means it is ground state energy, then E2 is it is nothing but excited state energy, and it is the excitation means any kind of matter when take energy and goes to the E1 to E2, that kind it is called as excitation. So delta is in that nothing but E2 minus E1 and Hv is equal to Hc upon lambda. And here in this case energy is absorbed. If you look at this, if you look at this next part, if you look at this opposite part of that one, look at this. In this case energy is lost. Energy is lost and it is coming down. When energy is lost, during that case it is called as emission. So one is excitation and another is called as ऑनलाईन असते. आता काय आहे तुमचं?
हे झालं का आपलं टेस्ट?
हा ना, आज घेणार आहे आम्ही. आता 2-3 दिवस सायटेशनला हे याला करावं लागते ना.
बरं बरं ठीक आहे, काय अडचण नाही.
हा
हे अजून 1-2 शेतकऱ्याच्या नावावर रिपोर्ट पाहिजेत आपल्याला. ते एक
नाही, सॅम्पल पाहिजेत ना, तर रिपोर्ट देतो आम्ही.
नावावर रिपोर्ट द्या, ह्या सॅम्पलचा द्यायचा.
हम्म.
कारण का ती दुसरी पण मुलगी आहे ना, तिकडची लांब आहे ती.
हा
ह्याच मातीवरच
नाही, तुम्हाला 3 सॅम्पल दिलेत ना, 3च रिपोर्ट देणार आम्ही.
नाही, पण एक ह्या शेतकऱ्याच्या नावावर द्या आणि 2 त्याच्या नावावर द्या, असं करा. म्हणजे कसं त्यांना तिकडे पुन्हा प्रॉब्लेम येणार.
बरं, देतो
कसं करा.
देतो.
हा, आणि तो अर्ज त्यावेळेस आम्ही देऊन गेलो होतो.
माझ्याकडे आला नाही, पण आज आम्ही घेणार आहे. आज जरा आहे वेळ आहे.
बरं ठीक आहे, उद्या जर 1-2 दिवसात.
हा
त्याचं काय एवढं हे नाही, होतं 1-2 दिवसात. पण हे रिपोर्ट
नाही 4-5 दिवस लागतात, त्याला वेळ लागतो.
ना, असू द्या.
आठवड्यात या आठवड्यात करतो सगळं.
हो द्या, पण हे रिपोर्ट ह्या पण नावावर
घेतो.
दोन्ही नावावर.
नाही दोन्ही नाही, एक तर हे 3 सॅम्पल दिलेत ना, त्या 3 सॅम्पल तुमचे ह्याच्यावरच देणार किंवा त्याच्यावर देणार. कशावर पाहिजेत मला सांगा.
नाही, मी काय म्हणतो सर, त्या नावावर पण एखादा रिपोर्ट ह्या पण नावावर द्या. असं 3 आपण दिलेत का नाही नमुने.
तुम्हाला आमच्याकडून बसा की
नाही,
आम्ही तुम्हाला 3च रिपोर्ट देणार. आम्ही तुम्हाला जास्त रिपोर्ट त्या सॉईलचे देणार नाही.
3च द्या की, पण वेगवेगळ्या नावावर द्या. असं
देतो, वेगवेगळ्या नावावर देतो. 3 रिपोर्ट वेगवेगळ्या नावाने देतो, काय नाही अडचण.
चालेल त्याच्यावर
बसा की. हॅलो. हा
नाही, मला पण गडबड आहे.
नमस्ते.
बरं का.
काय रे? नाही, आता हे झालंय. पुन्हा कनेक्ट करू का? आहेत का सगळे? का गेले? आत्ताच बंद झाले, कारण की ते मला रेकॉर्डिंग जे असतं ते सेव्ह करायचं असतं आणि बंद झाल्यानंतर रेकॉर्डिंगला 4-5-6 मिनिटं लागतात. हा, क्लोज झाली. आता झालं की 10 वाजता. आता 10:45 झाले की 10:05 चालू झालं. आता दुसरं लेक्चर असणार की तुमचं इंग्लिशचं 11 वाजता. हा, सोमवार मंगळवार 11 वाजता इंग्लिशचं असतं आणि 10 वाजता केमिस्ट्रीचं. आणि बुधवारपासून दोन्ही केमिस्ट्रीची. ते इंग्लिशची वेगळं असतं, हे फक्त केमिस्ट्रीसाठी मीटिंग आयडी असतो. धडच सर. ते कोणाला तरी तुझ्या मित्रांना विचारून बघ ना. लास्ट अपडेट म्हणजे बर असू दे, होऊ देत. युट्यूबला आम्ही अपलोड करणार आहे सगळं ते. आता युट्यूब चॅनल बघायचं आणि करायची. हो चालेल. ओके बाय.
सर, मला पण गडबड आहे जरा, घरात लग्न आहे.
नाही, आम्हाला ते मध्ये डिस्टर्ब करून चालत
नाही. ते नाही, असू द्या. ते काय आहे, इकडची एक मुलगी आहे तिकडे आपल्या त्या कोल्हापूरच्या कॉलेजला, वरकुट्याची. त्यांना पण इकडे यायला म्हणले रिपोर्ट. त्यांना पण प्रोजेक्ट करायला सांगितलं.
नमस्ते.
तर कमीत कमी एक रिपोर्ट ह्या नावावर आणि 2 त्याच्यावर.
एक पत्र द्या की आम्हाला. तसं
हा,
कुठलं रिपोर्ट पाहिजे त्याचे एक पत्र द्यायला सांगायचं किंवा आल्यावर पत्र द्यायला सांगायचं.
नाही, ते अर्ज असा एक केला की तिच्या नावावर वेगळा.
ते ऑफिसला द्या की.
किती तुम्ही जाता
त्याचे सॅम्पल मागते ना ऑफिस तुम्हाला. बघू,
तो पहिला आपला अर्ज दिलेला आहे त्या दिवशी ऑफिसला, आणि हा पण देऊ जाताना
तिथे सॅम्पल कुठे विचारणार ना.
महिने द्यायला. मग काय करणार, ह्यातलाच रिपोर्ट एक तरी त्या शेतकऱ्याच्या नावावर
एक देतो.
आणि 2
देतो.
ठीक आहे.
एक देतो.
नंतर 4-5 दिवसांना राऊंड मारून
नाही, फोनच करून द्यायचं, कारण त्याला आता चालू करायला वेळ लागतो.
फोन 4-5 दिवसांना.
4-5 दिवसात करा.
बरं ठीक आहे, फोन करतो आणि मग येऊ का.
सर, आज ते अनालिसिसला करून घ्यायचं. आज लावा. आता मी रिकामं झालं. तुम्हाला आज लेक्चर नाही ना. आणि एक ही बी येणार आहे इथं आमच्या चिरंजीवला बोलावले
बरं.
आणि बळवंत सरांचे एक चिरंजीव येणार आहे. काही 2-4 जण चालतात, म्हणजे काय आपण एवढे सगळेच 10-15-20 विद्यार्थी गोळा करत नाही.
हं.
2-4 जण सोशल डिस्टन्सिंग पाळून सगळं हे करूया,
बरं.
चालू करूया. मग त्यांनाही थोडंसं हे मातीचे सॅम्पल देऊ, चेक करून घेऊ आणि जसा ह्या 10-12 टेस्ट बाकीच्या याचे मायक्रोच्या सोडून त्या करून घेऊ. येतं त्या 11:30ला येतं
हो.
म्हणजे कशाच उरकत नाही ह्याच्यावर सुद्धा शिकवायचं.
हं.
माणसं म्हणतात काय मला उलट माणूस बोलतोय किती.
हा, आणि गोळ्यात गेलं की मग सिलेबस ते हळूहळू ते आर्टिकल
हा.
माणूस जास्त वेळ लागतो तसं.
आता माझं अजून संपलं नाही, आता 1-2 अजून लागतील जरा.
हां.
एक लेक्चर नाही लागायचं, 10 मिनिटं तरी लागते.
अकाउंट काढून घेतलं असतं.
बरं झालं.
नाहीतर महाराष्ट्रात.
सोमवारी EV स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी चालू करते.
बरं.
आता इंट्रोडक्शन झालं, 3रं लेक्चर संपलं
हां.
तरी संपलं नाही. तर ती एकाच लेक्चरमध्ये उधडायला पाहिजे होतं.
ॲडमिशनची प्रोसेस काय आहे? टीवायचं काय कुठपर्यंत आहे?
हं?
लास्ट तारीख वर काय आहे त्याची? टीवाय ॲडमिशन आपल्याकडे झालं का ॲडमिशन कसं?
आहे की कुणाला घ्यायचं,
ते काहीतरी एक काल एक पोरगा झाला.
घेऊन टाका म्हणायचं.
हां.
कुणाला अडवायचं नाही सर.
लॅब चालू करून घेतो मी. ओपन करून.
दशरथ ती लॅब उघडा बरं पलीकडले जरा.
काय झालंय?
काय नाही, काय दिसत नाही. कुठे आहे
ऐक की अजून.
आपण? आहे कुठं?
हेच आहे सध्या.
होय.
हा, इष्ट बरोबर इष्ट चालू नाही ना.
हा, काय म्हणताय
काय
बाकी?
नाही बाबा, चाललंय की शेतातली काय म्हणतात.
काय आहे शेतात आता?
कांदा ही घेतात. वाजले आहे.
किती कांदा?
100-3 निघाले.
100 मध्ये लय झाले.
आणि नेहमीच करतोय आम्ही सगळं.
बरं काय विशेष?
काय नाही बघा, आता MA सेकंडचं टाकायचं आपलं ॲडमिशन 17
बरं.
वर्ष. ते आलं की चौकशी करायची.
दशरथ
किशोर आलं नाहीत ना.
हा. येतील की. ते सॅनिटायझर आहे का नाही? सॅनिटायझर खालची लोक येतात, 5 लिटर द्यायचे त्यांना रेट बँकेत.
केलं.
हा, 5 लिटर मोजून द्यायचे त्यांना. काय पाहिजे? नाही, इथं नाही आला तुम्ही. इथं आलाच नाही वाटतं. का तिकडून आणली का? हा. सॅनिटायझर ते खाली एक 5 लिटर द्यायचे, त्यांच्याकडून पैसे घ्यायचे.
बँकेत का?
बँकेत.
त्या पावती वगैरे द्यावं लागेल.
द्यायचे की पैसे भरले की सॅनिटायझर ते ऑफिसमध्येच द्यायचे, ऑफिसमधूनच द्यायचे. तसं हे करायचं. हो हो, बसा की नाही तर.
नाही येतोय जरा काम.
बर बर बर.
चावी नाही. बघून
हो, तुम्ही आणली होती का दुसरं तिकडं? कारण उघडलं मी ना.
उघडलं तुम्ही, पण ज्ञान द्यावी झाली. बघून येतो एका मिनिटात.
असू द्या, गडबड नका करू, या शिस्ती.
उघडा काय?
हा, आणा चाय आणा. असे ना आणली असेल किंवा तिथेच राहिले असेल तर आहेच माझ्याकडे चावी त्याची.
नाही का तुमचं?